we got one more question, and then that I'm gonna split off this session, and then we can just talk whatever else. Okay. How's everybody doing here? 85 people still. Oh my god, lots of conversations in the chat happening here. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Oh, there's been an amendment to something already. Okay, so next one from Hempy Chick again. Holy Greens, I just went back to the chat with the chef and just realized this is for a lunch for 50 at least 5 days a week, and some weeks will be more than 10 months. Holy crap, I'm not sure I'm even I will even get to plant a garden. I rescinded I reassessed my market garden, shrinking that down to 200 feet by 40, so I need some guidance now. I think you've bitten off more than you can chew. It sounds like if you haven't even broken ground, I don't know how you're going to expect to provide this much. That's a lot. 50 lunches, 5 days a week. I mean, let me just take you through the thinking, and then you'll have to, and feel free to follow up again later, and then give me more pre-context. Here's the thinking. So when I was selling to restaurants, I used to do a lot of catered events, things like this, where a chef would say, we have 50 plates going out, and we want products X, Y, and Z on that plate. And so then I'd get a bit more information of them, like, okay, how much is that? And I'd be like, how much lettuce is on each plate? How much microgreens is on each plate? Whatever it is. And they'd be like, well, I don't know, this much of a handful. So go grab a little handful of lettuce, weigh out how much that is. Okay, then multiply that by 50. Boom, that's how much lettuce you're going to need each day if they want that every day. So it's the same thing for all these products. And then from there, it's all counting backwards. So it's Eric and I on the if you're from the field, I actually split up yesterday's webinar with Eric into subsections. So when you see this on tomorrow, you'll see specific things with Eric from that conversation, so you don't have to just kind of scroll through the 2 hours of it. But we talked about this a little bit in the crop planning section, where it's essentially counting backwards, right? So if you know how much product you need, then you divide that out, or you just count backwards. So okay, so I need 100 pounds of lettuce each week. Okay, let's go and look at some benchmarks of what I could expect for yield. So for myself, I know that I can get 100 pounds of Salanova lettuce off a 100-foot bed, or whatever your increment it is. That's the average yield. And if you know what you're doing, you can get that on one cut. You can get 100 pounds off one cut of Salanova. Maybe you'll get 2/3 of that the second cut, or maybe half the second cut, depends. But so you can basically plan your production that way. That's essentially what crop planning is. So the situation you're in isn't any different. And with microgreens, it's even easier, really, because microgreens turnovers are so much quicker. And if you're doing some of them inside, then the DTMs are the same constantly, right? So chef wants 10 pounds of sunflower shoots delivered every Friday. Okay, well, I can get about a pound. Let's just say a pound for the sake of the discussion. I want a pound of, or I can get a pound off each flat. So I need to produce 10 flats of sunflower shoots each week to be harvested by Friday, probably by Thursday, and then packed on Friday and delivered that later that day. And so I can get sunflowers, if it's a controlled, optimal environment, 28 degrees Celsius, consistent light, at least 12 hours, I can get that crop in 7 days. So that just means that crop needs to be harvested on a Thursday. So that means you got to plant it the previous Thursday. So that's the basic thinking behind it. And what you can start doing is go grab some books that have a lot of these measurements or these yields and stuff in them. My book's a great resource for that. I give a lot of benchmark yields in my book. Jean-Martin Fortier's book does the same. Who else's book I know that does that? Does Ben Hartman's book does that? But go and gather some data on benchmarks for yields, and then just start writing yourself out a chart. It's good to do this exercise yourself. I know a lot of people are always looking for a quick fix with these things. Oh, can you just give me this? It's like, no, it helps that you do it, right? Of course, you can pay and take online courses. Like I've got online courses. Jean-Martin Fortier has online courses. Of course, you can pay and get the information quicker. But there's actual value in doing these exercises yourself and figuring it out. It internalizes it for you a bit better and helps you understand the process and the thinking behind it. But that's really all you got to do. And yeah, I think that's enough for now. But feel free to follow up next week. I've already posted the questions in for next week, so go ahead and post in there now if you like.